It was like stream is
Yeah, it's
down.
it's it's back. Stream's back on.
Okay, cool. I just clicked over to look at the chat to see
It
if
it
like
literally
anything.
just happened when you said something.
Gotcha. It hasn't popped back up for me. It's Twitch though. There we go. Back up for me now. But yeah, so it's it doesn't explain how they can like wipe everyone else's memories of the main character. But they can apparently because they can't like risk them like maybe seeing him out in the real world as an adult and being like, "What?" Like you look just like him but older or what, I guess or I don't know, but it's a nice slice of life ish type anime but with like, kind of a sci-fi twist to it, as far as
Mm-hmm.
the whole like real life thing goes, and it also shows like I don't want to get too, I would recommend this. I think you might like this, Stuart. It also
I'll check it out.
goes into there's also like a like he has a kind of a psychological trigger that happens because of something that happened to his in his past, and they explore that, and that's also a reason why he kind of has stepped back in life in life and only did like the bare minimum he needed to survive, and kind of was heading towards that neat life. And it's a deep anime. It really is. It's pretty deep, like, and it's a lengthy one too. I think it's 24 episodes, 20 20 something. Uh,
I was looking up how why the internet just all of a sudden went to poop.
yeah, but it's good. I really enjoyed it, and it was definitely something I wasn't expecting something quite like you know this when I clicked on it. It was just oh, that's kind of interesting. Let me check that out. Because with animes, it's just like you read the description, you're like, okay. And then you look at the thumbnails of the episodes to see the artwork or see how the look of it, and you're at least that's how I like determine those two things. They both have to be, you know, on par, and they're both pretty
Sure.
good. Um, I'm not quite sure how old this is. This is an older anime or not?
I want to say it's a couple years old. Let's see. It is 2018.
Yeah.
Or wait,
Okay.
that
So
was
yeah.
the manga. 2016.
Okay. Yeah. So it's not too old. It's in the realm of the dubs are decent
Of
to
when
good.
dubs were good. Yeah,
Yeah. I want to say around like 2012, 2013 is like when that kind of dubs start to be acceptable. It start to be more good than bad.
sure.
At least that's my experience. Yeah. Having tried to watch some uh animes that were from like 2012 or 2011, and then the dubs are like, oh my god, I can't watch this. But yeah, real life is pretty good. Like I said, there's a good amount of episodes, so it's not just like a one season, one and done type, 12 episode type thing. There's more episodes to it. Yeah, that's that. So, what else you got?
What else do I got? I watched a series on Netflix called Dracula.
I've heard
Only three
about
episodes
this.
long.
This is on my to watch list.
It's about 3 episodes long, but the episodes are
Like
about
90 minutes.
an hour and a half. Yeah, like
Yeah.
they're long. Um, and it's a BBC show. And it takes a twist at the end that I wasn't expecting. I'll just leave it at that. Like the ending, like the twist at the end, I wasn't. Towards the end, let's put it that way. I wasn't quite satisfied with the ending, with the actual ending, though. It. I don't want to say anything without spoiling it, but I wasn't quite satisfied with how it all wrapped up, and they did not leave it open for a season 2. This is it. Although my favorite character would have to be the character who plays Van Helsing. I thought she was great because it's a female Van Helsing, and she's a nun. Well, she's an agnostic nun.
Okay.
And I thought that was fantastic.
That's interesting. Safe path, I guess.
Well, yeah, that's kind of why she said, like, you know, like she says that she looked for God everywhere, didn't really find it, so, but she sticks around because it puts a, you know, just like any loveless marriage, it puts a roof over her head. I'm like, all right, that's great.
Wow, that went dark.
Like, okay. I mean, that's kind of her character. I'm like, that's fantastic. But yeah, it's good. It's really good. I definitely recommend it. Like I said, 3 episodes, 90 minutes each, and there's a twist towards the end I was not seeing at all. Like it goes somewhere I wasn't expecting. I wasn't expecting it to go. I wasn't judging by where it was.
Gotcha.
Literally, where it was. So yeah, that's kind of all I'll guess about that. It takes a lot from the Bram Stoker's Dracula, though. You know, you got Harker, who, you know, he's the main character for like the first episode. Let's put it that way. He's the main character for the first episode, who goes to Dracula because Dracula has bought some land in England, and Harker is a lawyer, and, you know, putting all the paperwork together for Dracula uses him. So
Gotcha.
all right.
I took care of it.
We both did the same thing. I'm like, this. But yeah.
Okay. This is
I
definitely
recommend
on
it.
my watch list. I've heard from various sources about this being pretty good.
It's good. But like I said, I didn't care for the ending, but everything from beginning up until the end, I was good. I liked it.
He used to be big into vampire movies too. Like back in the, I mean, they were everywhere in the early 2000s, late 90s,
yeah, and
early 2000s.
I dated a girl who was way into them too. Like she was way into, you know, interview with a vampire and like that whole series.
Was it Dracula 2000? That was a good movie. That was a pretty good one.
That came up in conversation, not like
Blade
this past
movies,
week.
of course.
Right, Blade.
I still like Blade 3. I don't care what anyone says. I still enjoyed it. Um, and then the John Carpenter vampire movies. Those are
Hmm.
pretty good.
I ha- I
There's one with Bon Jovi.
I
It's
thought
not bad.
is it 30 is it 30 or 40 days of night? I thought that was good.
30 Days. Yeah, I've never seen that.
That one was good. I enjoyed it because like this was around the time of Twilight.
Didn't they try to
And
make a TV show off that too?
30 days and nights? I don't know. I could see them doing that. But like that one was a proper like vampires are bad people, not not sparkly fairies. So like that's kind of why like 30 Days of Nights came out like around the right time for people who really liked vampires, but didn't like where vampires were going.
There's a name, Josh Hartnett. There's the name you you haven't seen in a while. Who was everywhere around that time?
Yeah,
Yeah, I should check that out. I guess. But anyways, yeah. Trying to think of what else I got to really talk about.
there was a mini series that was released on
Okay.
fearnet.com. It was a
Oh,
7-parter.
okay. But what else do I got? Um, that's about it for really worth what I've been watching. Really to talk about.
Okay.
I do have one kind of news topic. This week, the Xbox Series X, there was some news.
Yeah.
And like like I'm sure a lot of podcasters have this is where we talked about how I've heard a lot of podcasters talk about this, but they don't really some of the stuff they don't really understand or and they're talking about it, but yet they're not really
They're
understanding what it
just saying
means.
saying the words like they know it.
Yeah, I mean, of course, the teraflops and all that, great. 12 teraflops, twice as much as the Xbox One X. That's great. Variable rate shading. That's kind of cool if you really get into it.
Yeah,
What
if
it
you know what
means.
that is, that's ray tracing done right. Or that's
Uh,
mm, kind of. That's ray tracing done with modern hardware done where it won't
Well,
just
variable
tank your system.
rate shading is different than hardware accelerated
Right.
DirectX ray tracing. Yeah.
Yes, but what it does though
Yes,
with ray tracing is if you don't need to see the high detail of a certain shadow or something like that,
yeah.
it doesn't worry about it. It just kind of like we're just gonna
That
put this
that
as
bar-
as
that
as a
random barrel
low
behind you isn't going to be
right.
fully rezzed. Yeah, and fully yeah. So it's not just rendering everything and making everything like, which
Or
yeah, it's
not
so
even
smart.
like the random barrel behind you, but like the random barrel that's like like 3 meters in front of you.
Yeah,
That
yeah.
like you
But that's
can't
just like
really
the
like
example I heard.
even in real life you can't even see like the high detail of that barrel. You don't we're not going to focus on that barrel. We're actually going to turn that down.
Yeah, which can really like that can really, affect the performance of a game a lot and,
Yes.
so that's some really cool stuff, and that's where PC is great and all, but like consoles still have a place because it is dedicated to gaming. You may have less you may have less processing power in than a high end PC, but it's all the processing power for the most part is dedicated to gaming and is focused towards gaming when it comes to consoles.
Mhm.
versus, like you're not going to be able playing on a PC gaming, you're not going to be able to put all, all the stuff towards you just playing the game because you have all these background system stuff, that you can't quite turn off, even though you want to remove a lot of the stuff Windows has.
But and also at the same time, like I've heard like PC players complain about it though, because like some games kind of do this on their own, like Modern Warfare does, and I've seen posts of people like that wall, like a football field away from me, is low textured. Like, how can you tell? I'm looking at your picture. I can't tell. And then it does like a big old zoom in on, like, well, that's because you just zoomed in on a picture. That's gonna look like shit anyway. It's like people like they think they know what they're talking about, but they don't. And that's the pot calling the kettle black.
Yeah, the two cool things I really want to talk about though that were announced this week. One is the like quick resume, which we've heard, yeah, quick resume with multiple games. We've kind of heard that for a little bit, you know,
Right.
but the cool thing, you're going to be able to do quick resume even after reboots of the console, which I'm kind of like, how is that going to
To an
work?
extent, I
Well,
would
yeah.
be hella surprised if it's after an unplug or a like power outage, because you're gonna need, because what it's gonna do, it's gonna save that into RAM, and that's
Oh,
what it's
yeah.
gonna pull up from the RAM, and
As soon as power goes,
and when
everything
you
from the
when you
RAM is gone.
when you lose
Yeah.
power, you're gonna wipe the RAM.
Yeah, that's why was it? I think Linus Tech Tips did a like running RAM, you using RAM as like a hard drive, like playing
Yes,
games off of high speed RAM as a
yes,
hard drive thing, and that was an interesting video.
yes. I also saw that one. Um, but like quick resume on games, like I don't think some games it works. Single player games it
Yeah,
works. Multiplayer games it doesn't work. Um,
I mean multiplayer games for the most part, like let's say like Destiny for instance, it doesn't matter. Like that just saves no matter what. Like unless you're like in the middle of a strike or something, and then if you leave and go do something else, it'll kick you out to orbit because you're in activity. So yeah, I understand that not working, but like,
right, but like Apex,
yes.
like when you turn your console off, or you put it to sleep, and you're on the like the main menu, and you come back to that like the next day, you're gonna need to go through the title screen again and let it load in, and then
Yeah.
you'll get to the main menu. So like so like for certain games, like resume quick resume on multiple games, that's okay. But like for like multiplayer games that need that connectivity, we're just not there yet.
Yeah, but it's like say you're playing through some single player game and then it's like, "Hey, come play Apex with me." And then you're like, "Okay." And then you put on Apex and then play
Sure.
with your friends for like an hour or two and then you can go back and quicker, that's where it's going to come in handy.
Yes.
You don't have to worry about, "Okay, hold on. I've got to get to a save point and I've got to sit, and all this and that." Like it's not
Right.
it's not
Although
features that are like
I still would
crucial.
go to that. I would still hit that save button.
Oh, yeah,
That's just
yeah, of
me.
course,
I would still hit that save button. I'd
I'm
still
with you
get to
there.
that save point.
It's not features that are like crucial, but it's kind of like it's like it's not really features that I think people have demanded. It's just a like feature that,
It's
oh,
a
we
nice to
we didn't know
have.
we wanted this. We didn't know we
Right.
wanted this, but now that we know it's a thing, we want it. So I do kind of like that. I think that's kind of cool. And then the big thing I think is this smart delivery.
Now, what is that?
where
I'm not sure. I know what that is.
it the Xbox Series X will feature smart delivery, which will give players easy access to all digitally purchased games across all devices, meaning it doesn't have to be purchased twice.
Oh,
This feature will be
okay, yeah, yeah.
available for all exclusive Xbox Game Studio titles, including Halo Infinite, and third-party developers have the option. So they came out and they said, you know, you know, we're given, so if you're buying like, a game on Xbox One now, and then they come out with the, you know, Xbox Series X version, if they do this, like if they're part of smart delivery, you won't have to buy it twice, you
Cyberpunk
know.
is doing this.
Cyberpunk came out and said that, yeah, which, they came out and said that right after Xbox announced saying, "We're giving third-party developers this option," which I think is smart because, 1, Microsoft is like, "Okay, we're giving this option to third-party developers, so if, when we're making this public that they have this option, so if they end up wanting to double dip, and come out with a version for, like, for instance, Last of Us Remastered type thing that PlayStation did where you had to buy it twice,
Hmm.
even though Last of Us came out at the end of, the PS3, whatever, all that, like, people won't get mad at Xbox because they can be like, you know, "Hey, we have the option. This is how it is for our Xbox Game Studio games." Like, it's the third party developers who are wanting to double dip. So don't get on us. We're trying to be consumer friendly,
Right, and
which,
I can tell you three who is not going to take advantage of this at all.
oh yeah, Rockstar. They're gonna come out with GTA 5 for
Oh no, I was going to
Xbox
say EA,
Series X.
Activision, Ubisoft. They will not take advantage of this.
See, I don't know.
They
Like
don't care how many versions you buy. They don't care about consumers. They care about the dollar sign.
with with X, I don't know. I'm not quite sure. Like I'm not quite. I'm sure some of them will, but I'm not sure if all of them will because, with Xbox laying it down saying, "Hey, we're doing this. This is an option. It's up to third parties if they want to do this option." It cleans the hands of Microsoft. And
Oh
then you
yes,
have CD Projekt Red come out straight from the gate and say, "Hey, this is a triple A game people are super excited for, who everyone thought, oh yeah, it's going to come out for this gen, and then they're gonna have a next gen version that, if you want, you can buy to get the best version of I think we all thought that was going to be the case. Like, you're going to be able to play it on the Series X because backwards compatibility, but there's also going to be a Series X version at some point. I think everyone was just assumed that was going to be the case, but CD
right,
Projekt Red
yes,
came out and said, "Hey, we don't think you should have to buy the game twice." You
right.
know, that's a
I'm
big
saying
move.
that EA, Activision, Ubisoft will make you buy the new game, buy the Xbox Series X versions of their games.
I don't know if all of them will though. I don't know. Like,
Maybe
it
not
just
Ubisoft,
depends.
but definitely EA and definitely Activision.
It just depends on like how many more big developers or publishers come out and do this. You know, are part, and it's interesting. It's also very interesting. CD Projekt Red came out and said they only said Xbox. They didn't say next gen,
Right,
so who a lot of people
right,
are like, which
because Sony
Sony's
has
not going to
yet
have
to
this,
say
right?
anything like. Yeah, I'd be actually be surprised if Sony actually has something like this. It'd be cool if
Yeah.
they did. I'm saying it'd be awesome if they did,
And also the
and
CD Projekt Red, like,
they might
you
now
know,
be working on something after this announcement. They might say, "Oh shit, we should do that too."
you think they can though? Like
Like,
this
can
this
they?
soon?
Sure. Will they?
Yeah, it's gotten a lot of people talking too since CD Projekt Red came out and, said this, like, right after Microsoft, you know, introduced this concept of, you know, you don't have to buy a game twice, you know, which, them
Developers
stating
probably
Xbox.
knew about this well ahead, like
Oh,
a
yeah,
while ago.
yeah.
So
Um,
CD Project Red was probably like like we're gonna get right out of the gate. Yes, we are.
yeah, get all that good PR, definitely.
Yeah.
Like, definitely, but, and it's also a lot of people are, like, looking at Sony now since this whole CD Projekt Red only mentioned Microsoft and didn't, so there are more eyes on Sony, and it's I don't know, it's really interesting because Microsoft, they've been doing everything right the past couple years leading up to this Series X, where it's like, you don't necessarily have to buy the Series X. You can buy the Series X, and that's how you'll get the best experience, the best home console experience is the Series X. But if you don't have a 4K TV, you can still play you can still play Halo Infinite on your Xbox One.
Hmm.
You don't have to necessarily buy a new Xbox, and you have Game Pass, even great. You don't have to even pay for, you know, Halo Infinite. It's on XPass or it's on Game Pass. You just have a PC. Hey, you can play through on, either buy it or Game Pass on PC as well. Like, Microsoft's just like everything's coming together, forming like Voltron. Like, it really is, like, it's impressive when you look at everything is just leading to this one ecosystem that's just, like, so consumer friendly. Not to mention they're, like, have always been behind, crossplay and, you look at them and the was it the Minecraft commercials them and, Nintendo did?
Hmm.
Like, a couple years ago or whatnot, like, Microsoft's just been s Phil Spencer has been just so good, and I also heard, someone mention, like, what happens if Microsoft becomes the lead next gen? Like, they're miles ahead as number 1 to Sony number 2. You think they're gonna revert back? And I don't think they will. I think, like, they're in a po they've learned from their mistakes, you know? And they've taken the steps, they've slowly taken the steps because a lot of the stuff that everyone's happy about now that Microsoft's doing is stuff that they announced on Xbox One when they did that announcement.
Hmm.
It's just they didn't handle the announcement and all that stuff in the right way, and they've had a lot more time to slowly introduce these new aspects of gaming, their gaming vision to people, and they've had a chance to get used to it, and it's not just all at once type stuff. So I'm excited. I really, and xCloud, of course, hey, you can play on your phone,
Hmm.
and it works. I was telling you that it works. I'm not quite sure how, like, there's no like PC xCloud stuff out yet. They
Right.
did announce you will be able to do that, but that's not available for, like, beta testing or anything like that, which, I mean, if you can play on your if the phone xCloud works, you would think PC xCloud would work. Like, you just would think that there wouldn't be any problems there. You'd think the PC
Mm,
would be able to handle xCloud better than a phone, but so maybe they
sure.
don't feel like they need to do as much beta testing for
Probably.
that.
Yeah, because they probably just kind of know kind of what you know. There's not as many different types of like yeah, there is different types of PCs, but like it's a lot more reliable than like phones. Phones are such a different like each phone is so different from each other.
And hey, you can plug a Bluetooth controller up to your phone to play xCloud instead of having to hook up a cable to your controller to your phone like Stadia,
Right. Hey, do you want to
which is
play?
still baffling.
Do you want to play Halo with a PlayStation 4 controller? There you go.
Oh yeah, that's true. And they was it
Because
they even
that's actually the only Bluetooth controller I have is a PlayStation 4 controller.
yeah they even when they announced one of the announcements they even said DualShock controller.
Hmm.
Xbox did, which was another big thing that like they don't care. Like, because before, a company talking about another company, like peripherals, or, mentioning another company, like in their announcements would be unheard of. But Microsoft's just like, we're just trying to make our service, we're just trying to make the Xbox service the most convenient, customer friendly service, no matter where you want to play, what you want to play, how you want to play it. Like, and it seems to be working. Like people are, every time Microsoft has some new announcement, they seem to be getting a lot of praise.
Yeah,
And,
I
I
mean,
like that. I like,
it's almost like
competition's
they've
great.
learned. They learned from the mistake of the launch of the Xbox One.
And of course, we've said this before, it was different heads. Like Don
Yes,
Matrix
yes,
was in charge of the bad Xbox. Like, and
pretty
this
much.
feels like Phil Spencer. Like we've said this, Phil Spencer's been playing catch up, like ever since
And
taking
he's
over.
he's been doing a good job of it. He really has.
And you can tell like Phil Spencer is a gamer.
Yeah,
Don Matrix, like he just seemed like a CEO.
he's a dude in a suit.
Yeah, but Phil Spencer, he's a dude with a um Killer Instinct t-shirt or whatever t-shirt he's wearing. We have to watch whatever. We have to pay attention to what t-shirt he's wearing because that's going to reveal something. Like,
Right.
I just love that. So, but yeah, a lot of people are like not like a lot of people I've been
I was like, well, it
talking
was
or
also
listening
like
to.
what's his name with tattoos?
Oh
Um,
yeah, Peter Moore.
Peter Moore. That was it.
Yeah. A lot, but like this was it the smart delivery. A lot of people have not been like quite understanding what that means, and they're thinking,
Hmm.
oh, it's just going to be like, oh, it's just a update you're gonna get, so you can play it on, like, but no, it's like they're talking about like a separate version, like specifically for the one, the Series X versus the Xbox One. Like we've had, like Destiny released on 360 and Xbox One. And, if you wanted to play both of those, you had to buy both of them. But like, this
Hmm.
future, you can play on both. And, add crossplay to that, add, you know, Game Pass, add like it's just Microsoft's just heading to like it, the Xbox Series X is looking more enticing as we hear more because oh, so I don't have all my first party Xbox titles, I don't have to repurchase for this new to get the new version. That's great. Plus I get I have Game Pass where I can play all these first party games day one, and I can play them on the go on my phone or a laptop if I'm away once it comes out eventually. Like it's just eh, it's it's just crazy. Like this is like the future. Like you you tell us this stuff 10 years ago when we first started, we would like this would be the kind of stuff like you would see in sci-fi movies 10 years ago.
Right.
Like it really would be. And I was also listening to a podcast, and they were talking about like they mentioned a Linus Tech Tip video where like he created like this mega PC that he was able to like hook up, like basically create 4 different PCs out of throughout his house.
Yes, that was a very interesting video. I watched that one. I thought
And
that
like
was really freaking cool.
it was really cool, and the person who was talking about it was like, "This is kinda what I kinda see the future going, kinda how Microsoft seems to, you know, like, you get one device and you can, like, pretty much hook it up anywhere, access it from anywhere, and, like, that's it." I was like, "That's kinda similar in a way, I see where they're coming from, but, like, to a point, you don't even have to have a device to access, like, you access the cloud." At the base level of it,
Yeah.
You don't even have to own a Xbox device, you can just have your phone and or a tablet and play stuff, through xCloud through that. And xCloud's they haven't quite said have they said like it's gonna be part of like Game Pass, right? Or Game Pass Ultimate? I think they've hinted that, I think.
I think there's might be rumors about it and stuff like that. Yeah.
Yeah, I don't think that's gonna be just the way it is because it gets people into their ecosystem. It gets people buying the games even if they don't have an Xbox, or
Yeah.
paying for Game Pass even if they don't have an Xbox. That's extra money that they get that they wouldn't have had. So it just makes sense to give consumers that option, And it's just it's so fascinating. Every time Xbox announces something, and granted, I'm not going to pick up the Series X right away, and
Oh, I'm not either.
I'm not quite sure if I'm going to at all
I'm kind of the same.
because I have a PC and I'm thinking, they're gonna have, the PC versions. Every Xbox Game Studios stuff is gonna be playable on PC. All their
Yeah.
first party stuff is gonna be playable on PC, and all the third party stuff more or less is gonna be on PC, and maybe those weird, like, weird stuff that isn't, I could always do xCloud if I wanted. But yeah, like
Yeah.
they're making, it's just it's interesting. Like I'm so excited about Xbox, but I don't think I'm gonna pick up their next console. That's just crazy to say.
I'm right there with
There's
you.
and you don't and the way they're shaping it up, you don't need to if you don't want to. So, yeah, and, this just leads to Sony. They're gonna have to step up. They're gonna have to do something to, you know, or they're gonna drop from number one by a mile. I think they're gonna have to do something because Microsoft has been just giving people a reason to choose them.
Yeah.
And there's still the rumors of, oh, being able to play on your Switch,
Yeah.
being
There's
able to
yeah.
Game Pass on the Switch or XCloud on the Switch. Which did you
That
see the
would
Linus
that
Text
would be.
tip video where they put Android on a Switch?
I saw that it was a video. I didn't watch it.
It was interesting because the way they did it, they were able to load Android through a memory card, so it wasn't actually like putting it on the system. So you could like still like you could go from regular Switch to Android on the Switch, and they did stuff like, hey, we can even dock this. We have Xbox game streaming on the Android running on the Switch, and we have it
I was
docked,
wondering about
and
that.
we're playing it on you know we're
I
playing it
was
on the
wondering about
big
that.
screen, or like it was a pretty cool, like it was a little janky, of course, because of what it is,
Sure.
but like it's people doing crazy science magic. So, like, it's gonna get more stable and it's gonna get better as time goes, but, like, it was pretty cool.
Yeah.
But yeah, I'm so excited about the Xbox stuff. But yeah, that's all I got to talk about.
Okay, I got one thing.
Okay.
One thing I want to talk about right now, and sticking on your rumors, I want to talk about some Call of Duty Warzone rumors.
Oh, this has been in the news a bunch.
This has been the news bunch. I have decided I'm gonna fall deep into the hole and like join like the Warzone subreddit. I've joined a Warzone Discord. Like I'm
What is
going
it? The
deep.
Activision subpoena Reddit to get the leaker of the stuff.
That's a scare tactic. That's a scare tactic.
Yeah.
That's all that was.
It's still
Because
scary. Like,
yeah, because like in order to like take that to court, they have to prove that the leak hurt the sales of whatever the thing is, and there's no way they can do that on an unreleased thing.
and if it's free to play, like the
So,
rumor
so like
is.
so like that's all that was a scare tactic. That's
Yeah.
all that was. But that hasn't stopped them though. That has not stopped them whatsoever. Because here's kind of what the latest rumors are right now. The date of March 3rd is showing up in game a lot. Like there is a map, the Piccadilly map. There is a poster now in the game for a movie called War Beast that releases on March 3rd. In the Spec Ops mode, if you go into Intel, like some of the new Intel stuff that's shown up, there's a lot of dates for March 3rd. Like a lot of text messages being sent out on March 3rd. There was a bug where a lot of people's clan tags were showing up as Space 3. So,
That's
so
Tuesday.
March 3rd is a lot. Well, a lot of people are expecting something to happen this weekend, like an announcement this weekend.
Yeah, but I mean the actual March 3rd that we're people are
That's
speculating
next
that's when
Tuesday.
this will be released. That's Tuesday. Yeah.
I
That's
would.
quick.
I'm gonna when I get to the end, you'll realize why I don't think that might happen. A lot of things, are pointing to March 3rd as some type of date, and until today, people were seeing booths at PAX East called Call of Duty, just plain old just Call of Duty, and it happened to be spaced kind of along the side of PUBG and Counter-Strike Go. Like both are BRs. So like why would this seemingly just Call of Duty booth be next to those two? Well, it turns out it's a Gigabyte booth, and it's for gun game. That's all it is. And that was today. And the start of PAX East was today. So like nothing happened today.
Didn't PUBG pull out of PAX East?
I don't know.
I think I saw that.
I was not paying. I'm not paying attention to that kind of stuff right now.
Yeah.
And last week, an unconfirmed rumor is that a lot of YouTubers and streamers went to LA to actually shoot a lot of videos for Warzone.
Makes sense.
And what's also coming out, and I don't know if it was this event last weekend or if it was a previous one that already happened, because that also happened too, supposedly. But the feedback from the streamers and YouTubers was negative.
Oh, that's not good.
So the rumor right now is it might be delayed a week or two.
That's kind of bad if if it had a negative reception, considering they already had a BR that was pretty positive.
Yeah, but this one, it's got some different things to it.
Yeah, they're trying to. They're being a little more ambitious with this one.
Absolutely, they are. Like, there is a plunder mechanic to the BR, where it you like find like cash, and that cash can be taken from you unless you go to an ATM and deposit that, and that cash can be used for in-game cosmetics.
Is there another game that did that?
Like, there's tons of games that have a mode that do something like that. Titanfall 2 has a mode where like you get kills, you collect the thing, and you go to a point to extract it. Call of Duty Modern Warfare had a mode like that. It's not in rotation right now, but there's a mode like that where like it's like a kill confirm type thing, where like you collect the tags, go to a point, and it extracts. Battlefield Hardline, that was a big mode in Battlefield Hardline to do that. But like this adds it into the BR. And there's another mechanic that's way different. Spawning, like respawning. There's an interesting thing there, where there's like multiple ways to respawn. One is taking, like, physically picking up your teammate's body and taking them to a medical chopper to have them revive there. Another thing is to have them respawn in the Gulag Shower, which is a gunfight map. And you got a 1v1 in that Gulag Shower. Whoever wins managed to escape the Gulag and rejoin the battle. It's like there's a lot to this BR. But and the rumor now is that with this negative feedback, they changed some things, and now it's when you pick up weapons, they're a set weapon, similar to Fortnite, where like you don't pick up attachments, you pick up the gun. It has the attachments already. Like, I don't care for that. And
I don't like that either. Apex really has it.
And the path
Apex
for the circle is set. It's not random. I prefer it random. I
think Apex is doing a mode like that this upcoming week, where like the pattern of the circle is consistent.
I heard something about Apex. Real quick, they're introducing a new shield, and an Evo shield.
Evo shield
that you level it up
higher than gold.
Yeah, and you can evolve it higher than gold.
I think the pattern thing, and then week 2. I think it starts March 3rd, but in week 2, Kings Canyon's coming back again. I saw the trailer. Yeah, but for a whole week, not just a weekend.
Cool. We might actually
hopefully
doing it then.
Play. Yeah. That was all you. Like
no, that was all Discord. Like I got Discord messages late. I don't know what the fuck was happening. Like I got Discord messages like hours later. That was so weird. But anyway, the revised BR, I'm not a fan of at all. Like what they're doing there. And who knows? But like if March 3rd
It's
happens,
technically rumors, right?
yeah, these are all rumors, and is like, oh no, it, I read this on Reddit, who heard it from a guy who asked another guy if that guy's source was accurate. He said, yeah, I think so. Why? So that's kind of how this kind of goes.
Ultimate game of telephone.
It really is. This is the internet game of telephone. So yeah, it's, and like, at least Reddit kind of knows, like, this is all dumb, because every single post you'll get somebody just posting a bunch of clowns. It's like, we all know this is dumb. We all know this is dumb, right? Yes. Okay, cool. We're gonna go for it still, but we know we're being dumb
Because it is Reddit. Win and Rome.
because it is Reddit, and Reddit is self-aware at point sometimes, and in this case they are. But if March 3rd comes around and nothing happens, like, not even like the game announced, I'm talking about like, or like the game comes out, but like an announcement, people are going to flip the fuck out.
Something seriously wrong, yeah.
Well, because also what really drove this was this Tuesday, an update happened. It was just a normal update, but where Warzone is going to go in the selector, there's now something behind the classified word. It says transmission incoming. So it's coming. Something's coming soon.
That's always the risk you take when you like have all these teasers and stuff or content dropping in your game. Like if there's a hiccup and you have to delay it, like,
yeah,
that's always the risk you take. It's always cool when people are like finding the posters with the date or stuff, like, it's cool when it all comes together and we find all these Easter eggs, but like,
and some people are saying that like the negative feedback didn't come from last weekend. It came from the previous event.
So they could have theoretically made adjustments.
So these changes could have already happened.
Gotcha. Yeah. It's interesting.
Who knows?
It really is. I'm looking forward to this. I'm hoping it is free to play, and it's like,
no, it is. They have it's kind of, that's like the biggest thing that's not quite confirmed, is like, yeah, it's going to be have a free to play version. But what one person said, and I kind of like this, is it's going to be available for people who have bought Modern Warfare first, and then like the following week or two, then it'll be available for free to play.
Oh, that's kind of sucks. I'm gonna have to wait a week.
Well, like, there's no way like this cannot have some type of beta.
I guess, yeah.
And another thing that with this change to the BR, it might not be 200. It might be 150.
200 seemed really ambitious, yeah.
It kind of did.
Especially for the map size. Like, we still don't know exactly how big the map is. Like,
I got a list of the locations, and there's a fuck ton of locations.
Yeah, I mean, yeah, you popped up the like leaked map or whatever.
No,
right?
I've got more. I've got a more detailed list of like locations. Here, I'll just send this to you, and you can read it. I'm not gonna read them out, but like, this is what I read and where I've got a lot of my info from.
Okay. But yeah, it'll be interesting. It really will. And like
hopefully
said,
it's good.
I'm looking forward to it.
Hopefully it's good.
I'm not looking forward to having to re-download the Blizzard launcher. And have yet another launcher. Ugh. So many launchers.
Just do what I do. Have like one, like you could use GOG.
Yeah, but you still have to actually have the launchers like installed though.
True.
That's the thing. Some of them are like some of them aren't bad file size, and then some of them are like, oh my god, that's why does a launcher need to be that big? You know?
The 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 problem though with the BattleNet one though is you have to launch the launcher then launch the game. You can't launch the game outside of the launcher, or else it won't connect.
Yeah, yeah, I hate when that happens. Like you click on the shortcut and then it launches the launcher first, and then it launches the game. It's
Well,
just ugh.
even if you go into like the files and just like if I just pick Modern Warfare .exe, I launch it, it won't connect. I've got to launch the Modern Warfare launcher .exe.
Oh, okay. It doesn't even launch the. Okay, wow. Yeah,
It'll try to launch the game, and it'll go into it and just say cannot connect to servers.
gotcha. But yeah, I'm definitely looking forward to this, and trying this out and getting that Call of Duty fix, I guess.
Yeah, I've been playing a lot of Call of Duty lately, so
And it's a fresh, like, new thing, so like I don't have to worry about my Apex. I want to play Apex, but I gotta go to Xbox because I can't carry my stuff over, and oh
sure.
darn it! But this is
And this one
new.
has
I can
cross
just
progression.
yeah. Well, I mean that's good, but I'm not gonna play this on console. I'm gonna play this on
Well,
PC.
even if you have like say like some friends who are dumb and say refuse to play like crossplay.
Yeah. And then again, cross progression does if I got Xbox credit and maybe I do want to buy the Battle Pass or whatever, I can do that on Xbox, right? And it'll cross. So yeah, that is nice. That's what I did with like Dauntless. I was like, oh, I'll buy this. I got Xbox credit just sitting there. So yeah. So ho- hopefully March 3rd. That'd be good. Like if it's
Hopefully March
ready.
3rd
If
something
not,
happens.
yeah.
Otherwise, a
At
lot of people
least
are
an
going to be upset
announcement.
because even in the main Modern Warfare subreddit, March 3rd is a name being is a number being thrown around a lot.
Yeah. Like I said, Apex, they had a trailer today where they announced their new event starts March 3rd, so that's kind of funny too. It's like a 2 week long event, which
Well, like
I played some Apex.
a lot of streamers, like a lot of people were like, "Oh, like these like four streamers have like a big announcement on on February 27th." Like, and Doctor Disrespect is one of them, and he used to work for Infinity Ward. He is a COD partner. He's got to. This has got to be Warzone. Nah, it was a branding deal for keyboard and mouse.
Gotcha. Yeah. But yeah, I played some Apex this past weekend and it's fun. I forgot how much I like battle royales.
Yeah, I've been wanting to get into a battle royale again. I just want to play on PC though. I've thought a
That's the
couple times
thing,
about
yeah.
downloading PUBG again.
Yeah, I really like Apex. Apex is really fun, but I got all my stuff on Xbox. Ugh. Which I fired Xbox up and I played. That's what I played it on was Xbox. I bought the new character. I didn't play him at all. I hear he has like unbelievably large hitbox. Like he suffers the problem now of large hitbox.
Really? Okay. I don't. I didn't play him enough to really see.
I just saw a headline article about it. Either that or a Reddit post, something. But yeah. Anyways, yeah, March 3rd, we'll definitely probably talk about whether or not there was something or was not
Or not.
something
But you're
next
right.
episode.
Yeah,
Yeah. Alrighty. So that's it for you, Stuart?
that is it for me.
Yeah, we ran a bit long, but
Hey, this is our 10th. This is our 10th anniversary. We want to do it like we did back in the day. This was similar to what we did back in the day.
that's true. Yeah. We I blame TikTok. We talked a lot about TikTok.
We
Like
did.
we we weirdly did. But already this has been our 10th anniversary episode, which is episode 378 of the Geeks for the Win podcast. You can find all the previous episodes at thegeeksftw.com, as well as links to our Twitch, YouTube, Discord, Twitter. Be sure to follow us on Twitter at thegeeksftw. Stewart's at Casual Terror. I am at Geeky William, and we will catch you next time.
Bye.
Alrighty.
Well, I've got a new word to put into my block to the blacklist.
It was spelled like it was weird characters, right?
Yeah, that's why I said I got a new word.
Yeah. I started an anime. I'm like halfway through it called Charlotte. It's on Funimation.
That sounds familiar. Do they like switch bodies?
One has an ability to possess people for 5 seconds.
Okay. Yeah, I think that definitely sounds familiar.
Yeah, they all have different like abilities, and they're like, I guess apparently that's their adolescence age or adolescence period. They have them, and
Yes,
then they
I have seen
supposedly
it.
go away. All of it,
I think so. Because I
because
want to
I'm
say
at a
like
point
this.
where there was a twist that happened, and I'm just like, oh my god! And this was like 1 a.m. last night. I watched an episode, and a twist happened, and I'm like, I want to watch more, but I gotta go to bed. I gotta go to bed, and I end up waking up late and messed up my whole schedule because I stayed up too late last night watching this. But yeah, there's a twist, and I'm just like, that's a pretty cool twist.
I
I'm
remember like there's
excited.
a twist like halfway like right like halfway through the series.
Yeah, that's what
Okay.
I'm talking about. Yeah, where like there was like time travel that happened.
I don't remember what the twist was. I remember there being a twist. That was kind of like something like halfway through the show changes.
Yeah, like there's like time travel happened, and you see that this is not exactly the right timeline of this isn't the first timeline. This is a second. Because a character traveled back in time to change things because shit got really bad, and it's crazy. Like, and even before then, they kill off a character. They kill off like the main character's sister, and it was just like, oh, I can't believe you did that. Oh my god! And it got dark, and this is a good anime. I really like it. I'm really enjoying it. It's pretty good. And then I'm also watching the continuing on the like was it Isekai Quartet
Okay, cool.
every episode that comes out.
You watch Black?
Um,
You watch the latest Black Clover?
of course.
It's finally done. Holy shit, that arc is finally done.
It was a pretty intense arc though.
It was a long ass arc.
It was, but it like stuff happened though.
Like that was like a year and a half, wasn't it? Like that had been like that was.
I don't think it was that long. But it was pretty long, but like it wasn't like Dragon Ball Z where they stretched it out just to stretch it out. It was the stuff happened. A
Yeah,
lot of
stuff
twists and
happened every
turns and
episode.
crazy. Yeah. and I'm just like, "What?" Like, the preview, did you watch the preview? I'm just like, "Oh my god, I can't wait for next episode."
I know I watched the preview because I always watched to the end. I can't think of what it is.
Kid Julian?
Yes. Yes.
When I saw that, I was like, "Oh my god, what the heck?" Which that was the crazy thing, like, you see Julian, like, actually use his abilities, and you're like, "Oh my god, this is cool." We're watching the Wizard King, and then he dies, and you're like, "Okay." Like, that show isn't afraid to do stuff. And, "Hey, the statue of the Wizard King is actually the real first Wizard King." Like, oh,
Right, yeah.
I love Black Clover. It's so good. What is it? My Hero is kinda at a lull right now, right? Like,
Kinda.
the last few episodes have kind of been like I've watched them, but I've been like, not really. I don't really care about these characters trying to like watch these kids or whatever, you know. What else? Did you ever watch the Demon School?
I watched the first episode. I thought it was good.
Okay, yeah. I think they're
All right,
on
it
9
was
or
about
10.
30 something weeks. So 30 something episodes for that arc.
It's
So
yeah, that was a long arc. Yeah.
it was a long ass arc. And I'm not even sure I picked the point like where you considered that arc was.
Yeah, that's the thing. It's like it's confusing. Like,
Like I'm
trying to figure out
that
where it
the
starts.
Clover Clips like uh clip show, like that, like the episode after that, that's where I considered the arc started.
Gotcha.
I'm gonna go because I'm fucking hungry.
Yep, I'm with you. I pre-cooked some stuff and I'm ready to actually finish cooking that. So I will talk to you later.
Alrighty.